And
Hey.
we're live. Hello. Welcome back to Supercharge Fridays. This is the place to be for all things careers to land that dream job, get promoted, and lead a richer, happier, and more purposeful life. And today is a great day. Well, that was really eloquent, Sonal. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, which we may not have heard in many places. Is it possible that having a sense of humor can actually help your career? I mean, we know benefits of laughter and laughter is the best medicine, etc. But we're going to get into it as far as the career is concerned and also talk a little bit about health. And we're going to talk about a bunch of other things, which I'm going to say in a minute. But before we do that, if you're watching us live, comment in the comments and say hi. Don't be shy. If you're watching the replay, welcome. Comment in the comments and say hi. Don't be shy. And please put your hands together for the one and only Harrison Kaufman and Pete.
Sorry, sorry, it's a bit overkill there.
Got a little carried away. Very warm welcome to the two of you. Thank you so much for taking time from your busy schedule today, and welcome to Supercharged Fridays.
I just
thank
had
you for having
visions
us.
of you, Harrison. I had visions of you doing that and then just falling backwards on the chair. Then.
Let's do it again. Oh, they all know now.
The problem is I missed it because I was right there, but I'm looking at the camera lens. When I'm looking at the lens, I have no idea what's going on with you.
I need an entrance. I think we should warm up the crowd. Oh, they can't speak. They can't cheer, can they? We should do Freddie Mercury style. Like just get them to sing a bit. No, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hey,
Guys, how are
hey.
you doing? Are you like charged up to talk about like all things laughter and humor and silly stuff?
Totally, man. I'm so amped up. Like I've just had my Adderall, and I've also had some tequila, man. I'm just ready to go, man. Let's bring it. Let's crush it, man.
Okay. So before I get to the two of them to introduce themselves, I do have to tell you that this guy on my, I don't know, are you on my left? I don't know. He's a little bit of a loose cannon, so he may go off at any point of time and do a funny impression in a different accent, or he may tell us a joke, or he may actually do an impression of someone famous. If you get offended, don't be, right? This is a light show. And if you are really offended and really angry, go do something else.
I'm
This
very
is not-
offended by that. Loose cannon, that's a phrase which I'm very against.
okay, awesome.
So I'm going to walk out. I'm going to walk out Piers Morgan style. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that.
Whoa, let's not go there. Let's not go
Oh,
there.
he went there. He went there. Oh, that
Awesome,
should get some
awesome.
comments.
Before we get to the introductions, we actually have folks in the audience, and I'm going to say hi. And this is really awesome, guys. Dan is in the West Coast. So for him, it's 5 in the morning. Dan, you're awesome. Welcome to Supercharge Fridays. We have some familiar faces in there. G, Kambam. Hey, LinkedIn user, how are you? I missed you. If only I knew who you are. Tegan, lovely folks in the US and in India. Ankit, Sanket, Deepak, Dhanesh, Kiasha's in South Africa. So we've got folks coming from all over. Ali, my friend, how are you? Aman, Divesh, Hassani, Navi. Very warm welcome, guys. You've taken time off from your day. You obviously don't know this is important. Like humor is important. So warm welcome. So before we get in, Harrison and Pete, we're gonna start with Harrison. Be a good boy.
I'll
And
try.
tell us about, just in case some of these lesser mortals have not heard of you yet and they don't know how awesome you are, maybe you could introduce yourself.
I'm totally awesome, man. That's all. No, I'm. You might have seen me on LinkedIn. I try and make funny posts. And by day, I'm an IT account manager. So I work for a company called Total Computer Networks. Supply mid-range to large companies with all types of computers, all stuff for data centers. And I've been a very busy boy over the last year, just supplying companies with all their home users, shipping a million things to a million different home addresses. And basically, I'm an IT sales guy. And I enjoy trying to make fun of the role and bring in people to my network through a bit of comedy.
Awesome, awesome. And if anybody's interested, whether you're in sales or not, and I don't like it when people say, "Oh, I'm not in sales." We all are in sales. We all are in sales. But we're gonna come back to you, Harrison, about how humor has actually helped your sales career. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna kick you out for a second, and we're gonna we're gonna go to the lovely Pete, who's gonna introduce himself. Give me a sec while I do all this backstage business. Hey, Pete. So you have had this interesting life before COVID as well, and now you're doing something quite different. So tell us about what's going on.
So yeah, I'm. Thank you for having me. For a start, my name is Pete Cann, the Laughter Man, and I'm on a mission to bring laughter to 1 million people this year. And I have a other business as well. I run a chef agency in the UK, so we supply chefs, a recruiter basically to all hospitality, pubs, restaurants, hotels, everything that just shut down back in March last year. And then I was discovered laughter yoga back in 2016, and realised that actually laughter is a thing. And I was practicing it daily anyway when I had when the business was flourishing. But then obviously during lockdown, the business disappeared. So I just started bringing laughter to people's workplaces through Zoom and to my life, to be fair, as well. So laughter's really, really helped me to deal with, overcome a lot of the issues that have been there. So that's me. I am Pete Cann, the Laughter Man.
The Laughter Man. No. So awesome, Pete. It's lovely to have you here. And I want to say, we're going to talk about a few things today. One of the things we're going to do and not talk is a little bit towards the end, where Pete is actually going to do a proper laughter, we don't care how silly you look, we don't care how silly you sound kind of session. And I highly encourage you to stay till then. And if you like it, which I'm sure you will, you're going to have to tell your company about it, because this is something that Pete is doing professionally and he's built it. So awesome, amazing. I'm excited. And I have to be a little selfish here, and I have to tell you guys, one of the reasons I have the two of you here is because I have this feeling that you're both going to be famous. So I thought I'll have you here because I'm a little bit of a cheapskate Indian and I don't want to pay you guys. So I'm like, okay, let me
Today the Sonel show, tomorrow Graham Norton, Jimmy Kimmel, who knows?
Who knows?
Oh, hi, Mum. I'm sure this is on like TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hi, Mum. You're proud of me. I've made it. We did it. I'm on Sonel's show. Wow. Supercharged Fridays. We did it. I don't know what my ambition is now.
Yeah. We have, do you guys see the comments? Like, I can't keep up. Risto is here. We are like around the world. Tammy is in Ireland. Shrikant, Adam, Devesh. Just give me a second to
Anyone from Manchester? Any Mancunians? No?
Any Mancun? Is that what you call people from Manchester? Mancunians?
People call us Mancunians or Manx. But yeah, some people don't like being called Manx. It sounds a bit funny. But yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's not discriminatory. People call me worse.
Yes, we know. We can understand that. But I see a couple of our clubhouse friends. I want to say a quick hello to Madame Simon. There's not the Dan Roth, but the other Dan Roth. Lovely to see you guys. Very warm welcome. So, guys, let's talk about how has a sense of humor actually helped you in your career. Pete, let's start with you.
Okay. So how's the humour sense? I think if you've got a light sense of humour and you take things, don't take things seriously, then you don't let pressures get to you. So when you're under the cosh, when you've got you're up against maybe some deadlines, or whether you're trying to hit some targets, then actually just being a bit lightheaded about it and a bit just not like jokingly take it, pushing it away because it has to happen, but actually if you're in a good frame of mind, you're more productive, definitely. So that's how it's helped me. And I've always had a bit of a humor. I've always, when we had our office and we had the team in the office, I was always the one that went in and was just basically around and just sort of making people laugh a bit, not as the laughter man, but just a bit of banter, a bit of fun, because I knew that actually here in my workforce, laughing was a good sign, because it meant that they were happy. If they were happy, they were more productive. If they were more productive, the till rang.
Yes, that is amazing. I love that. I love that reaction. And so, Pete, do you think like it came naturally to you, or did you have to work? And this is the $1 million question, and I have it for the folks in the audience, and Harrison, for you as well. Do you think we're born with a sense of humor, or do you think we can learn it? Because we have the same debate on leadership. I'm going to put it on the other view. And the debate on leadership: are you born with leadership, or do you learn it? That debate is going on till the cows come home, and the cows are cows have come home, they're eating hay, they've gone to bed, and the debate is still ongoing. What do you guys think about sense of humor?
So me again, or Harrison?
Harrison, let's go with you.
Yeah, I think like everything in life, some people are born with a more natural sense of humor where they just want to make jokes, want to listen to jokes, and they just always have something funny to say. Like anything, but excuse me, anyone who thinks they're not funny and they're just never the one with the funny lines, especially in the context of work, anyone can be funny. And obviously everyone should be themselves, but using humor as a tool, I think we're going to get into that more, how it can be used as a tool. But as long as you can get in touch with things which resonate, which are things that people can relate to. So if there's loads of, every industry, every job has its same things that only people in that industry kind of get, and there's comedy in there, in the little things like IT, for example. I talk to IT managers, and there's just so much material there, like turn it on, turn it off and back on again. All these little things that happen, as long as you have something that is relatable, you can turn that into comedy by just copying a current format of comedy, but just plugging in whatever relevant bits are part of your life and your career, and therefore will also resonate and be funny for other people in the same position that you're trying to get business from, for example. So
yeah, absolutely. The two words I heard you say, relevant and relatable. You know, you're not necessarily targeting someone. It's not mean, it's relevant, it's relatable. People are like, oh, ha, yeah, I've been through that. Oh, that's funny. And Joseph, our friend in Singapore, hey, Joseph, humor helps in a big way and a very important topic during these. Absolutely. Joseph, it's not been an easy time. Some people have lost loved ones. It's not a joke. Nobody's laughing about that. But there is a way to cope with humor. And Pete, do you think it's something that you were, it sounds like a commercial from Maybelline. Were you born with it or was it Maybelline? So I'm kidding. So how does it work for you? What do you think about this?
I think everyone's got a humour of some sort. I just think, you know, and again, you've either got a dry sense of humour or a slapstick sense of humour. And it's just finding out, you know, and sort of the people with a dry sense of humour that you think aren't funny, but actually they say those little witty one-liners and it just gets you every time. So I think it's, and actually when I've done sessions before, there's people that don't laugh that I think, oh my goodness, they're not laughing, they don't get it. But actually they're the ones at the end of the session that say, that was really good, thank you. Because a lot of people like to hear laughter, but they might not feel, you know, that they need to laugh. It's a bit of a strange one.
I would love to have seen some of your experiences, Pete, because I bet you go to these corporates and there's like the CEO is the most serious guy and he's like, oh, what's this twitching in my mouth? Ow, I'm starting to smile. Ow, like I bet you've had some good experiences of seeing these like mainly like stuck up big CEOs. Like, have you ever?
Yeah. It's not so much as yeah, I think it's because what I do is really it's wacky, it's childlike. That's what I do. It's childlike. And so people, you know, as children, we laugh 200 to 300 times a day as children. But as adults, we don't, you know, 10 to 15 if we're lucky, which is really, really upsetting if you think about it, because we get to a certain age and we stop that ability of being able to laugh and just be childlike. Because like, why can't we be childlike?
Yes.
And
yes, Pete, you said this. I think you were live a couple of days ago. I'm not always like commenting, but the phone is somewhere and it's on. And you said something amazing. You said kids laugh on an average of
200 to 300 times a day.
300 times a day. What happened to us grown-ups? Like, what happened? You know, the thing that you just said, you're doing a stand-up routine, you're doing an improv, whatever. And these people are like straight face and then they come back to you later. That was really funny. So I'm guessing it's like laughing on the inside. But laughing on the inside isn't good enough, right? It's about all those endorphins and all the all the health benefits that actually come from laughing on
so basically, you know, like, I mean, when we laugh, and also what's really, really important to know is that your body doesn't know the difference between fake laughter and real laughter. So what I do with laughter yoga, I do lots of different fake laughing exercises, and after But usually 5 minutes maximum, everyone's laughing, even if they don't feel like laughing, because we can all breathe in. We all can let out a long ha. We can do that, and then we can do a ha ha, and then we can do a ha 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 ha. That's all it is an out breath. So actually, when you're laughing with other people, it's it's a connector, and you get that. Like I say, the release of the endorphins, you get spike of dopamine. It's all really good for you. Laughter,
Amazing,
really good.
amazing, and it's so good to practice what you're saying, Pete. I don't know. Can you guys see the comments on the right of your screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at CC. I think this is our new audience member last week as well. I think he or she, I'm not sure, in Arizona. And I got 3 rejection emails that my resume didn't cut it. I laughed so hard. The old me would be disappointed. You are a winner. You've got
Yeah,
it.
Cece, nice one. Yeah.
Nice one. You got to focus on what's important in life. LinkedIn user, this is a fantastic question. I promise you we're going to get there in a moment. I want to talk about anytime, by the way, you guys see any comments, because they go really fast, but if there's something I missed, you want to highlight it, please do that. But the thing is, everything we're talking about is actually pretty serious business, right? There's research to prove this. There was a recent study, I think in 2017 by Robert Half, that says 91% of executives believe a sense of humor is important for career advancement, while 84% feel that people with a good sense of humor do a better job. So there's a perception bias in there. And if it can work in your favor, obviously, take advantage of it. And this is a little more serious, guys. Before the pandemic, 1 in 3 people, that was, in this huge survey they did, they said they're stressed, which means in the last 24 hours, have you been stressed? The answer was yes. 1 out of 33% said that. This is before the pandemic. And there's something called World Stress Index, and they're conducting new research. It's going to come out soon. Can you imagine what that number is going to be like now? And
yeah, the machine's just going to blow up. Like, seriously.
Exactly.
No point even taking the polls anymore. It's terrible.
The writing's on the wall, exactly. And Pete talks about it a lot. In case you guys are around at any point of time, Pete, you go live every single day on LinkedIn?
Monday to Friday. Yeah.
Monday to Friday. What time?
Yeah. So in the UK, I'm changing it next week, but it's 8:45 Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and 3:45 Tuesdays and Thursdays to attract the other people around the world. So if anyone wants to come on, it's literally, I invite people to come on. It's 15 minutes, and we quickly do a little intro, and then we do a 10-minute laughter session together. And it's a great way to start the day.
Yes. So hold on. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:40. Did you say 8:45?
GMT, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. 8:45 GMT, and then again you live twice a day.
No, Tuesdays and Thursdays I do 3:45 GMT to catch the stateside, all those cousins over the other side of the pond who need laughter as much as us UK people need laughter.
They do, but they also need sleep, I guess. So
exactly.
Tuesday, Thursday. I'm a very slow typist when I'm Tuesday, Thursday, 3:45 GMT. So obviously,
Sonal, what
yes.
What was interesting, actually, what you said as well, is the fact that, obviously about the stress meter, and like the fact that more people are stressed and anxious and everything. Like you cannot, when you are actually in that laughter state where you are laughing, you can't be stressed or anxious. It's impossible to be the two together. So actually, why would you not want to laugh? And was it CC who said the fact that she got the rejection email, and she just went because she can't control the email. You can't control anything out here, but you can control this thing, and that's how laughter really helps.
Yes, absolutely, Umesh. There's a definite correlation with career advancement, and I'm going to talk particularly about job search in a bit of a second. And then hopefully you guys have noted down, because I really, really want to help Pete with his mission of helping 1 million people. Pete, is that one in the coming 12 months?
Yeah.
You got this. We're gonna do it. Awesome. And Mridula says there's also this perception that if you're overly jovial, you don't have the gravitas to do your job, so you'll end up being the opposite in order to be taken seriously and be labeled as the office joker.
Mridula, one word or one name: Elon Musk, richest guy in the world. Like, have you seen his tweets? Like, don't need to say anything else. I mean, he's bantering, joking the whole time, and like, I don't think you need many more examples.
Yeah. And Kola, our barrister friend in the UK, in fact, it is a little tough, but I feel like if we are trying too hard, it shows, right? Pete or Harrison, like it just sort of, if it flows naturally and you're not offensive, you're not making fun of a particular set of people. I do agree with you. It's about reading the room, I guess, Kola, if you agree with that. Awesome. So, guys, now I wanted to say we also know the health benefits. I don't have to go there, but I read this article and I'm going to put it in the comments. It is in the comments, in fact. Apparently, and Pete said, duh, obvio, in Spanish, obvio. When you laugh a lot, there's a direct correlation with how creative you become or you are. And the inner creativity is channeled, and those light bulb aha moments happen with laughter. So you've got to attend Pete's session. That's what I'm going to say. So, guys, what do you think about someone who's watching right now and says, you know what, this sounds amazing, but I'm not a funny dude. Like, I'm not a funny gal.
No. Like I said before, there's no excuse.
What do you tell them?
So if you want to be methodical about it, just the next time something happens in your day job where it happens a lot, and a lot of your colleagues always say, oh, this thing happened again, you have all these running jokes related to your specific job. That means that there's a lot of other people out there that find the same things funny. It's relatable humor, and that doesn't require you to be funny. You just need to be able to pick these things up and identify relatable things. And that's why observational humor is so funny, when they're just saying things that happen to all of us, which aren't funny at the time, but they're funny when you relate it to an audience of people who all experience the same thing. So how do you put that humor out there? How do you use it in the conversation? That's a good question, but I'll give you an example how I would kind of use.
Yes.
So
please.
I'm an IT sales guy. I talk to IT directors, IT managers, CIOs, serious guys.
It sounds terribly serious. Exactly.
Very, very serious, for a few seconds at the beginning. And in every call over lockdown, it's just been the easiest time to break the ice, because, for example, I'll be talking a really quiet voice, and I'll just say, sorry if I'm sound a bit quiet. I'm hiding in the toilet. My kids don't find me. I'm scared for my life, so I apologize if you can't hear me. It's not that will get a laugh. Like, it's not the funniest joke, but it's relatable because everyone knows what I'm talking about. Another example, like IT managers again. I'll say to them, here in the UK, the NHS, the nurses, it's been incredible. We've all been applauding them. We've been going out every Thursday, not anymore, about the beginning of the pandemic, and we were giving them a round of applause in the street. It was a big thing. So I was on the phone to IT managers, and I've been using this again and again because it seems to make people laugh. I say, you know what, guys aren't appreciating you IT managers. It's so hard for you. You're having to set up all these home workers. Your whole infrastructure has been turned upside down because of the home worker situation. It really has been tough for IT guys in IT. I say, you know what? I don't see why the government shouldn't also implement a round of applause every week for IT managers. Like, what's going on here? Like, and all of that kind of stuff is put into a conversation at the beginning, and it's relatable because we're all going through the same lockdown. We're all in the same industry in this case, so. Like, that's where I've just used humor, and I'm not because I'm a funny guy, just because it's obvious. And on LinkedIn, you do the same thing. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to make up a style of humor that is your signature. I hate to break it to everyone, but it's all copied, like not word for word, but the style of comedy that everyone sees has been used before.
Inspiration.
So just use the inspiration, like use the format that you see people who make you laugh use, and just adjust it according to things which pertain to your industry, to your job, your audience, and therefore you plug in what you think they'll be able to relate to. And I tell you what, it works for me because I've not invented anything new. I've just plugged in stuff from the IT industry into my LinkedIn content, and it works.
It works, and it's nerd speak. It's occupational humor that people of your profession will get. So sometimes it's generic. So Adam, you got fellow scientists who want to geek out on protein. you can talk about, like, there is 100 things you could, it comes down to the creativity. But I think the other thing, Pete, which I'm guessing is, of course, it connects you with people. And one of the things I love about laughing is it doesn't have a language. Like, I could be
Mhm.
sitting with a Korean guy, and I'm just laughing, and he's laughing, and Pete is speaking, I don't know, Portuguese. It doesn't matter, because when we laugh, we don't have a language. So awesome. So, what do you say, Pete, when people are like, either they say to you, Pete, I feel a bit silly laughing with
Mhm.
you. It feels, and I'm self-conscious, even if I'm alone at home and you're making me laugh. Or they say to you, I'm just generally not a funny person. What do you say to them?
I say, right, take a deep breath in.
Okay,
Let out a
everybody
long.
watching us, please follow. Let's do this together. Take a deep
Take a
breath.
deep breath in, and we're just going to go ha. This time we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to let out 2 ha's. So everybody who's watching, take a deep breath in and let out 2 ha's. We're going to go ha ha. And this time I'm going to get you all to take a deep breath in. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. We're just going to laugh for 10 seconds. So take a deep breath in. You're going to hold it, and and that's why I say it's just a breath.
I
It's
feel
just a breath.
good.
I have to say, Pete, I feel a bit silly, but what you just said was very interesting. The body doesn't know if it's a fake laugh or a genuine
Mhm.
laugh. So you
It's
get the
like you're
benefit.
jump starting the system. Like it's not fake, but it's you are kind of tricking your whole body into feeling good and then releasing the chemicals. I guess that's really interesting.
Exactly. And also the thing is, if you're laughing with, and then you're looking at people, and then you start seeing one of your colleagues laughing, and then that sparks back a memory that, oh, I remember when Dave, for instance, was laughing, whatever, that sets you off. Or you're seeing your CEO or your manager or whoever laughing, doing these silly, childlike, I don't like silly, going, all this sort of, it just breaks down all barriers, laughter, and it is contagious. It is
Yes,
contagious.
yes. And
Yeah.
since we're speaking of kids, and Adam, I love that you shared that. I read somewhere, when kids are little, like, there's a lot of toilet humor. I'm not going to specify, but there's a lot of all of that stuff. Apparently, there's research that kids who are brought up and laugh a lot because of toilet humor, they tend to have, they continue to have a sense of humor in their adulthood. And that sense of humor, as we know, helps them in their life and helps them in their career and helps them with their health and helps them with their relationships. So anytime somebody says something which is a little bit like offensive, it's like, stop, that's not funny. I don't know. My kids are a little older, and the toilet humor is the, and I don't, and let's not go to the gender route. Oh yeah, boys toilet humor. No, girls love to laugh as well, and there's nothing wrong with poop and all that stupid stuff that we do, as we say as kids, and then we were laughing
Yeah.
200 times a day, Pete, and then something happened.
Yeah.
I could write a book of what my daughters have come out with, like toilet humor and other stuff. Incredible lines. I should probably use it for content. Seriously,
You
probably
should,
not actually.
you should, like you
But
said, you don't have to invent anything. It's already there. Like, you don't have to create it.
But
So
also, like with the children, like, because we've all got kids, so well, we have here, obviously in the room now. If you look at your children and you become a child with them, whatever that is, like we do minion talk where we go and they do the same, and their eyes just light up like that because all of a sudden, mummy or daddy are being childlike, and you're connecting with them, and you just get that moment of connection, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And what is life? Like Shravani says, what is life without that? Like, it's bland. It's absolutely colorless. It's not the same. Guys, we want to hear. Do you have like jokes up your sleeve, or you got anything to get us in the mood for laughter session or anything like that? Harrison, do you want to?
It's funny you mentioned talk about jokes because I'd actually like to take this opportunity to remember it's officially been a year since the toilet paper shortages. I think we should have a minute's silence. And actually, here in Manchester, there's still no toilet paper. I ran out of toilet paper we started using lettuce leaves. Today was just the tip of the iceberg. Tomorrow remains to be seen. Oh, drop the mic. That's talk about toilet humor there. I'm Harrison Kaufman. You've been wonderful. See you later.
Talk about toilet humor. This guy, what is it? I gave him an inch, he took a mile.
Whoever doesn't know about different varieties of lettuce are like, what? And guys who do know about different varieties are still like, what?
So was it iceberg lettuce? You know what? Don't answer. I don't want to know.
Probably get a better wipe with an iceberg, I expect.
Yeah.
What happens in there in the toilet stays in the toilet.
Yes, please. Let's move on. So,
Or the fruit and veg aisle.
So,
like you got like knock jokes or anything like that.
Yeah,
In the audience, come in. Let's get jump started for.
So knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
Europe who?
No, Europe who?
Oh, Europe who?
It's all toilet today, isn't it?
It is toilet today.
I'll get my coat.
I think I started it. So I'm waiting for those impressions, Harrison, because you have a talent. Okay, we do have some folks who actually laughed. So
Well, you know what? Everyone who's watching, what Sonal is referring to is that we met on Clubhouse, and she was running a room, LinkedIn, all about LinkedIn's, where people just talk about LinkedIn, and it was a great room. But there was going a bit of a quiet.
Kevin is in there.
There was a bit of a quiet period, and I think one of the guys who were asking questions was a bit boring, and they were just droning on a bit. So I was next in line, so I just pipe up saying, "Hey there, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger here, and Sonal, you're doing such a great job, and just using Harrison is a fake profile, but you're doing such a great job. Thank you." And yeah, seemed to liven things up again. So yeah, I like doing my. Maybe other people don't like my Arnold impression, but guys, go watch my movies. Make me lots and lots of money. Yeah. There we go. The way to use that. Go watch my movies now.
Oh my God.
Give me lots of money. I'm waiting to use that.
You didn't just leave.
I'm a cap, you idiot.
Harrison, do you remember? You didn't just leave. You were like, I'll be back.
I'll be back. I'm a cap, you idiot. Hasta la vista, baby. I need to obviously practice that, and I'm sure all of you will be telling me how I should do it. But yeah, I like my Arnie accent there. I really do.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. This is so funny. You and I are like telepathy here. Mr. Bean is so amazing, but when he pitched the idea, everyone said it was god awful, and look where he is today. So
he's done very well for himself. We're very proud of him here in Britain. Johnny English, Mr. Bean, the best.
Blackadder.
Sorry, I'm not old enough. Sorry, Pete.
All right. You remember? Do you remember Inspector Gadget? Do you remember Inspector Gadget?
Yeah.
Ready?
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Pete,
was that a fake?
No, I remember that. That's mad. That was good. It must hurt your throat.
It does a lot.
So, guys, jumping to a slightly serious thing. When you have a job interview coming up, okay? Now that's serious. You don't get a lot of opportunities, and then you have a job interview coming up. The question is, I'm looking for that thing over there. There should be something in there which says something about job search. Give me a second. I'm like a little overexcited that I. Yes.
I'll load up the money machine again for another go. Hey guys, let's go. Let's do it again.
Can you help your job search? Obviously, it comes down to how you use it. And if the person on the other side is like that audience member for Pete, where they're like not laughing, you don't initiate jokes. However, if the person on the other side is funny, you mirror them, right? It definitely helps because they feel you're relatable. But it's a very simple thing, guys. You tell me, you have to interview someone, right? You have a vacancy, and you have the first guy. They mirror. If you laugh, they laugh. You initiate a joke, they're like, "Oh, that's really funny." They appreciate your sense of humor, and then they say some double meaning thing, which actually is very appropriate for your context. That's the first candidate. The second candidate, dull as a brick. Simple question: who are you going to hire?
Oh, personality. I mean, I'm in sales, so the guy with a personality, and you can have a personality without having humor, obviously. But because so many people who I've seen are really successful in sales, it's a lot of it's down to humor. Like everyone's a person, everyone appreciates humor. And when you got someone who's got a personality and they can make people laugh, they've got such an advantage just on the phone, in person, amount of deals that are made just because the person made them laugh and they want to put the business their way, want to give them the job, what they warm up to them. It's such a shortcut to getting trust, building a relationship, and standing out. And that relates 100% to the job search. That being said, if you're not the type of person who makes loads of jokes, you've got to be yourself. So don't force it, don't try that. But at the same time, it's easy to pick out things to joke about, to laugh about in an interview because you're in the same industry. It all comes back to just being relatable and laughing at things that you know that guy will have encountered, and just think it through. You'll come up with stuff. That's my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it, love it. And Ilmi's in Indonesia and she's like, I'm a little bit serious, but I do love comedy. That matters, right, Pete? You can think of yourself as someone really serious, but you appreciate comedy. That means you have a sense of humor.
Yeah, well, look at her lovely smile as well. You know,
Yeah.
she's got humour. You know, the smile and a smile. I always say, a smile is a laugh waiting to explode. That's all it is, because you know it's, and you know, I think, like say with a job position, like be yourself, but you know, obviously going in for a job interview, we've all obviously had job interviews, or even a sales meeting, whatever it is, you're going to be a little bit nervous. You just are. And if you're not nervous, then it's probably the wrong job for you, to be fair, because you need that little bit of nerve, that, you know, that feeling, emotion. But to sort of quash that down, just do some deep breathing, and then like you can put a little laugh on it as well. And just, I'm not saying walk in and go, hey, here we go, are you ready? But just if you're relaxed,
unless it's a clown position.
Oh, of course, if it, yeah, we go, then I haven't got my no, I'll find it in a minute. I'll find that in a minute. But the point is that if you're smiling as well, because people do mirror it, because actually if you're sat there just like, yeah, I really want the job, and you look really nervous as well, it's like, it's quite awkward for the person interviewing you as well. I've interviewed a lot of people over the years, and if they're sat there nervous, you feel a little bit, you feel for them for a start, and you want them to do the best they can, so you're trying to make them feel more relaxed. So actually, if you go in with a big smile on your face and just be relaxed, because ultimately you've got that job interview, because on paper you can do the job. You've just then got to shine with your personality.
Yes, exactly. And humor makes you real, like Lee says, right? And she says, I remember saying during an interview, now that we've known each other for 5 minutes, I can be myself. And she's like, I got an offer the next day, and we've been working together for 25 years. And obviously, like Kola said, you got to read the room, you got to get the timing right. It's a little bit of practice, but not too much practice. It's not over-engineered. But there's another thing I want to say, and which might be a bit controversial. So obviously, if it doesn't work for you, throw it in the trash.
Trigger warning.
If you think you're a funny person, and if you think you have this innate gift and you crack people up, you light up a room when you enter the room, you light it up. I would say put it under special skills, under your resume. Sense of humor. Ask me a joke. The idea of a resume is to get people to talk to you, to call for an interview. That is the idea. It's not going to give you a job. Obviously, don't follow this advice if it's not going with your personality and you're a serious, buttoned up, IT sales professional, or you could be a buttoned up IT sales professional like Harrison, who's like, yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Who doesn't like a lighthearted person around? Because that energy is contagious, right? Laughter is contagious. So awesome.
Totally.
Can vegans be funny? I think that's a joke.
I'm a vegan.
You went there.
I'm a vegan.
Yes, I'm a vegetarian, if that helps, but I think
sort
of.
I eat kosher. I don't know if that counts for anything.
I have a question here, and Naveen's been in touch with me, and I've given him some tips here. This is a little bit more serious, guys. Some of our stuff that we've been through as kids, it tends to follow us as adults. A stutter, a stammer. This is a little bit unrelated, so I'm sorry I'm throwing it towards you. If you feel you can't answer it, you can pass. But do you have any advice for Naveen?
I think Naveen, I don't have a stammer, obviously, but I've got a slight. You're going to be. I'm very self-conscious. I got a slight lisp, and obviously, it could be something that might hold me back from talking all the time, going on LinkedIn, being so out there. But I don't even think about it really. I mean, it's not. I mean, stammers. They can be. Some can be more severe. Some can be less. So obviously, I don't know the exact what it's like. But for me, having a slight lisp, look, Mike Tyson has a lisp. He's not the kind of guy I'm trying to be like, but Moses had one as well. Like great guys who've been in your position.
Moses had a lisp.
Moses had. That's why his brother Aaron, for all of you who read the Bible, was his spokesperson in front of Pharaoh, because Moses. Well, he had a stammer actually. Sorry, he had a stammer, because of an event where he'd put hot coals in his mouth when he was a baby. Anyway, I'm giving you Bible class here, Chumash, Old Testament class. But Moses, the greatest leader of all time, I don't think that's even a question, had a stammer, a severe stammer, and he worked with it, and look at him. So I know it's cheesy to say, just look at the people who managed to do it. But actually, once you see people who have been in that position, they're confident with it. No one gives you any. For years, I've not heard anyone make fun of my lisp at all, because I've just owned it.
I think my
you can see it, you can be it. So if you take examples from people,
it's true, cheesy but true.
Yeah,
and I was going to say my brother-in-law's got a heavy stammer, and but not so much around me because obviously he's comfortable. So I just think it's like, I think the way the world has evolved, I think people are more open to people that have got different, we're all different ultimately. We've all got little bits that are whatever our bit, if you've got a lisp, if you've got a stammer, if you've got one eye slightly closed or anything, but ultimately we all accept each other as the same person. That's the way I believe. So I wouldn't worry about it.
100%. And just a last thing, there's someone on LinkedIn who's quite big now called Luke Manton, and he's got Tourette's. I'm not saying Tourette's and stammer are the same, but it's his speech is impeded by tics, and he is massive on LinkedIn. Loads of people love him. He's embraced it, and like people are cheering him on. And there's more to him than that, obviously. But he's embraced it and it's worked for him. So maybe check him out.
Yeah. Naveen, as I told you, and in case somebody else is watching and you have someone who has a stutter or a stammer, I would say just go about your interview like everything is fine. Just do it normally. And towards the end, if things are wrapping up and they say, well, do you have any questions? You're like, you can just, and I gave you a little script so you can talk about it. You can say, listen, I know that you noticed that I have a stammer or a stutter or Tourette's, or I know you notice it. See, the thing is that instead of holding me back, fuels me forward. When it comes to work ethic and when it comes to skills, you're not going to find anyone better than me. I work crazy hard. I just need you to give me a chance. Be honest. Speak with truth. And it is going to hold you back if you let it. It sounds cheesy, but a lot of it is what Henry Ford said. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
You're right.
Oh boy. Oh, we have a fellow can I say Moses fan?
Clarily. Right on the money. That's it.
Kola is amazing. Kola has a brilliant
Nice
podcast
one.
called Great Speech Podcast. Oh my Lord, I'm not eloquent, neither. Heretofore, since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of slow tongue. I did not know that.
What better source could you ask for?
I want to say, if Moses could do it, you can do it.
Exactly.
Awesome. So guys, we're coming close to the end. If you have questions and you're on YouTube or LinkedIn and the questions have not been answered, I promise to get back to you. I will answer it after the live, but I want to respect the time that our lovely guests have given us today. Peyton, can I call you Harry, or you're yeah.
Call me Harry Hazard, Harry Bow, Ha. I get all of that. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have a little laughter session with the one and only Pete Cann, with Canned Laughter. I love that you took advantage of those. So let's get ready. We're comfortable wherever you are. Pete, tell us what to do.
Okay, so you're not allowed to talk. That's the first thing. I know it's going to be hard, so now. Okay.
I know.
There you go. So you started already. I told you it's going to be. So what we're going to do, we're just going to 2 minutes, I think you said. So let's do 2 minutes of laughing exercises. Now, like I said, the body doesn't know the difference between fake and real laughter. So we're just going to run through the 4 laughs as we've got humans. Okay. First laugh is really shallow. So I want you both to tap your collarbones here. And I want you to go. Second laugh, okay? Second laugh comes from our heart. This starts getting the blood pumping around the body, starts firing up our endorphins. So I want you to tap your heart, your chest bone, and we're going to go. Third laugh, okay? Third laugh comes from our stomach, okay? Comes from our lungs. When we're sat down all day, we get this little slither of oxygen that we hardly ever exhale. So we're going to be exhaling that by holding on to our stomachs. We're going to go.
Santa style.
No talking. Right, fourth and final laugh, okay? Because when you start talking, you start thinking the other way, basically. So we need to be in that creative mindset. Fourth laugh, this is a childlike laugh. This laugh is from up here somewhere. Like I said, children laugh 200 to 300 times a day. So this is where we become childlike. Put our arms up in the air like this, and we're going to go. Okay, take a deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, so I'm going to do one more exercise very quickly. This is called a giggle phone. Okay, so a giggle phone can look like your mobile phone, but for this exercise, it looks like this. No one knows that there's nobody on the other end of your phone. So if you're walking down the street and you want to just get a laugh, you could just put your phone to your ear. Okay, so we're going to put it to our ear. It's going to be the funniest thing we've heard all day. So put it to your ear and... Then pass the phone through, grab someone else's phone. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And further laughter sessions that I run, that's 30 minutes of all of these exercises. And, you know, how do you feel after literally a minute and a half?
Oh my gosh.
I feel good. That does feel good. I do. I just feel like a release there. It's good.
Yes. Yes. And oh my gosh.
And MFAO.
Yeah, it's LMFAO. Oh, this is amazing. If you guys are watching and you have a sour, bitter environment at the workplace, and you know you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, don't go for these training programs. Like, go to Pete. You want instant result. Because I'm not saying training programs are not good. The ROI, the return on investment, is a much longer thing. This, like, Harrison, we feel good. Like, we feel good, like, within seconds. So definitely.
It does. I always feel good after laughter, and that's a good way to bring it on, definitely. It's like a method.
This
method
was
to the madness.
Yeah, absolutely. So this was amazing. I want to say you need a funny guy to get you into the mood of laughter. You got to get in touch with Pete. You need computers. You get in touch.
And if you want to laugh, if you want to go on, if you want to have some funny content on LinkedIn, especially if you're in the IT field, like and subscribe. Buy my t-shirt. I don't have a t-shirt. Definitely connect with me.
You gotta follow Pete and his live stream. You gotta follow Harrison and his videos and everything they both do on LinkedIn. Do follow them. And I want to say a big, huge thank you to the two of you. We're getting so much love in the in the chat. So huge thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I know that we've kept you. Pete, I know you have to go, so I want to say bye. Thanks, guys.
So you have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.